Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're just going to be installing this cute little pink blunt cut vibe unit on my client for her birthday. So for starters, I'm just going in with some foundation that is similar to her skin tone and just putting this all over the cap. If you guys have watched my videos before, you know I don't really care about the cap being too perfectly matched or perfectly melted unless we're doing something with a really thin HD lace. And this lace wasn't super thin, so I didn't have to worry about that. So I'm just going in, like I said, with a makeup brush and some makeup and just putting that all over her hairline and going in afterwards with some alcohol to go ahead and clean that up, so when we go in and lay down this lace, we won't have any problems. So this hair was from Lumiere hair. This was a 16-inch frontal unit that they sent me. It was blonde, and I just went ahead and dyed it off camera with the Kiss colors, and the colors Cotton Candy and Pink Petal, and then I just went ahead and cut it as well into a blunt cut bob for my client. So I'm just going in and just plucking out this hairline just to go ahead and thin everything out. You guys know I like to part a line out, then pluck behind the line, and then I'll go in if I feel I need to from the beginning of the line to help break up that line as well, to make sure everything looks really nice and natural. Now I'm going in with my Bold Hold Active, and this is the glider that I spoke about in some of my videos. I really like this because, as you guys can see, you literally just glide it on, and you have to be kind of steady-handed with this because if you squeeze too hard, too much glue can actually come out. But I really like this because it literally smooths out the glue and it makes everything really nice and thin, and you really want those thin layers to get the best and the perfect melt with this glue, because when it's too thick it can be bulky and it may not even stick. So now I'm just going ahead and pulling her wig down into the glue, and we're just pulling that hairline down into the glue and just making sure everything is lining up perfectly. And then afterwards I'll have her just go ahead and hold those sides for me, and then I'll take my rat tail comb and I'm just using the teeth of that comb to go ahead and just push this lace down into the glue and just make everything, you know, really meshed and melted together. Now I'll just be going in with some tweezers again and just plucking out a few pieces of hair from the direct hairline because I just wanted it to be a little bit more thin. I wasn't exactly happy with how the plucking was. This wig was a bit harder to pluck in my opinion, but still came out beautiful nonetheless. So you just see me here just going in with my tweezers and just pulling out a few extra pieces of hairs from the front of the hairline. And now I'll just be going in with my scissors, and I'm just cutting in like a waving motion. You could see my hand kind of going back and forth a bit just to make sure that that line that we're cutting that lace is not straight across, because that's how you get that line of demarcation and it will not look natural. So make sure when you're cutting those laces you're going in like a irregular pattern to make sure everything is really irregular so we do not have any lines of demarcation. So I just went ahead and tied her lace down off camera with a little Sanic wrap strip, and I'm just going in before I go and style it with my Kendra's Boutique hot comb. Absolutely love this hot comb. So I'm just going in with that to just have everything set, the part and everything, and just make sure everything is really flat, just so I can kind of get a feel of, you know, the style and what I'm going to do. So I'm just going in now with my flat irons. I did run some ORS olive oil hair serum through the hair with my hands just to make sure everything came out really silky when I flat ironed it. And I'm just going in, and this is just like a little quick rough pass. I'm not trying to get it too straight. I just wanted it to be straight enough so that I could go ahead and cut everything and everything could be really nice and even. Now you just see me going in with my scissors and combing everything together to just make sure Everything is really neat, and I'm just going in and just cutting everything even and blunt. I did go in off camera afterwards and just cut it a little bit shorter because she did want it a bit shorter. But here I am just literally cutting everything even. Blunt cuts are really simple to do. You just literally comb all the hair together. You just want to make sure you keep an even straight line as you cut across the whole head. Now I'm just going in and cutting the back as well, which you guys can't see, but just going in and making sure I cut that back. When you do these, you ideally want to start cutting in the back and then work your way to the front, because if you start on one side and then travel to the other side, you may end up with one side longer or shorter than the other. Now I'm just going to go in with my LA Pro Girl concealer brush. You guys know this is my favorite brush, and if you don't know, you know now. These is literally like my favorite thing for my laces, so I'm just going in and lining her part with that. And as you guys can see, that literally gives it like so much type of scalp action. I definitely love doing this, especially with like the blonde laces, because it literally makes that part look like scalp. So I'm just dragging that all along the part, and then I'm just going to go in again with my flat irons and my hot comb and just touch up that style. And now you'll see me going in and cutting the baby hairs. So I'm just going in and I'm just cutting all the baby hairs like an inch or so short. You can always cut them shorter if you need to for the desired look. So don't go in and cut them too short because you can't make them come back long again. So always start off longer. So I just went ahead and sprayed my brush with some Got To Be spray, and then I just used a bit of gel, and I'm just literally shaping these baby hairs. Now, when you usually do like a lighter color or like a blonde, the baby hairs usually don't show up as much. So this part kind of didn't really matter in my opinion because you barely could see the baby hairs, but client wanted them. So I'm just going in and I'm just literally swooping everything back. You can see when I do my baby hairs, I'm literally like making a C shape, half circle shape. Like I'll go in and drag the baby hair out from like the root and then just swoop it kind of back. And then afterwards, I'll just go in with my scissors to make sure that I'm cutting everything so it doesn't get too long and unnatural looking. And I'll just cut everything at the swoop where the swoop, like the hair begins to turn, so it just doesn't get too bulky in that area and everything stays natural. Now we're just going to take some finishing spritz, and I'm just going in and just spraying this all along the hair and just literally smoothing everything down just to make sure everything looks really nice. There's really no flyaways, and I'll just go back in with my comb to comb everything, just making sure I have everything in place for the look and everything looks really nice and polished. And this is the final look. This is just a cute, like little simple pink blunt cut look. I absolutely loved the way that this hair came out. The hair is really soft and silky, and it was great. If you guys like this video, let me know in the comments below and leave a like. Thank you for watching. Bye.